Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my channel Let's Study SST. How are you all? Hope you are doing well. Today I am here with a topic from class 10th civics, that is power sharing. You can see the topic, it is displayed. So before I start the lesson, I just want to define the meaning of the word power and sharing. So here, power meaning function or responsibilities, sharing meaning to assign. So here, power sharing meaning function or responsibilities assigned to somebody. So here somebody, who is somebody? It is basically different organs of the government and different levels of the government. So in previous chapter you must have studied about democracy, isn't it? And here you will see democracy means what? Democracy is basically what you have learned, the by the people, for the people, and of the people. But it is not that. Democracy is beyond that. It is sharing of power among different levels of the government and organs of the government. Also you have studied about like final decision making power is given to the elected representative. So what does an elected representative do? He basically uh, takes care of the people of that area, isn't it? Okay, so here in this chapter we will study about the how power has been shared intelligently in different levels of the government and also organs of the government. We will study about power sharing into two countries. They are Belgium and Sri Lanka. Third, the importance of power sharing. So why power sharing is needed. And last but not least, we will study about various forms of power sharing. Clear? Now let's move to the next part of this chapter. Here you can see Belgium and Sri Lanka. So descriptions given about first Belgium. Okay, so you can see it is Belgium is smaller than the state of Haryana. Indian state of Haryana, you can see it is bigger than the state or the country Belgium. It has border with France, Netherlands, Germany, and Luxembourg. Another important feature about Belgium is that it has population over 1 crore. It is very small or a small number of population. And fourth, its ethnic composition, which is very complex. So ethnic composition makes the whole country an unique country, and power sharing among these ethnic groups make it differently democratic country. Okay, so now let's understand the ethnic composition of Belgium. Now let's see this. You can see this is the map of Belgium. The yellow portion, what is it called? Belgian Brussels capital region. And then the red portion, you can see Wallonia. Then the yellow one is Flemish, where Dutch speaking people live, and German speaking people, you can see this Wallonia region. So this whole country is divided into three communities. First, it is Flemish region, where Dutch, French, and German speaking people live. So the percentage of Dutch people in Flemish region is 59%. Then now let's move to the capital city, Brussels. So in Brussels, you will see there are mainly two communities. One is French, another is Dutch. So 80% people over here speak in French language and 20% people speak in Dutch language. Third, it is Wallonia region, where you will see 40% people speak in French language. So there is no Dutch speaking or German speaking people. Can you imagine a country which is divided into three different ethnic groups, and after that it is possible to have peace in that country? Let's see whether they can establish peace or not, or how they can establish peace in their country. Okay, you can see whatever I have just explained, you can find everything over here. So their ethnic composition of this small country is very complex. Of 59 population, 59% of the population live in Flemish region and speak Dutch language. Another 40% people live in Wallonia region and speak in French language, and remaining 1% people speak in German. In the capital city Brussels, you will see 80% people speak in French and 20% people speak in Dutch language. Clear? So here you will see the most important point which I'm going to share with you is that that because of majority and minority group, majority speaking people were Dutch and minority speaking people were French. So because of majority minority division, the minority group took the advantage of this country, took the advantage of what? Economic advantage or economic development advantage, also education advantage. So in this country, minority group took all the advantages. That's why the majority group were in tension. So there was conflict between these two countries. As a result, what happened? There were later in this chapter we will study about what were the developments happened in their constitution. after this conflict. They led to conflict between and majority mainly Dutch speaking people and minority French speaking people. Okay, now let's understand what is ethnicity. Ethnicity is basically a social division based on culture. They have common descent because they have common physical appearance. Okay, if I give you example of a ethnic people, you will see they have their common language, that is Bengali. They look almost similar. Why? Because they have common descent. Clear? Physically they also look similar. Ethnicity is basically a social division based on culture, and they have common descent because they have common physical appearance. Clear? Now let's move to the next part of this chapter, that is Sri Lanka. Okay, let me show you the map of Sri Lanka. Where is it? Yes, can you see? This is the map. So now let's understand about Sri Lanka. What happened there? That's why we are studying. Before I start the story of Sri Lanka, let's understand the interesting fact about it. Is located in the southern part of India. It is an island country, and like India, it has diverse population. Okay, so diverse population meaning it has many linguistic group, also religious group, maybe Hindu, Muslim, Christians, and Buddhist. They have different language. Like in Sri Lanka, people mainly speak in Sinhala language, and there are Tamil people and Tamil people speak in their own language, that is Tamil. Okay, now let's understand the population composition of Sri Lanka. Population here you will see majority and minority. This whole country's population have been divided into two groups. One is majority group, another is minority group. Majority group composites Sinhala speaking people, and what is their percentage? It is 74%. Mainly 74% people in Sri Lanka speak in Sinhala language, and their religion is Buddhism as well as Christian. Clear? On the other hand, if I talk about minority group, it is Tamil group. And Tamil people further you will see divided into two groups. One is native Tamil and another is Indian Tamil. Clear? So native Tamils are the Tamil who are only born in that country. And if I talk about Indian Tamil are the Tamils who came from India. That's why by its name you can understand the Tamil people who came from India. When they came from India during colonial period, like their descendant, or I must say their forefathers, were sent to Sri Lanka for plantation work, and they did not feel like going back to India. Clear? And that's why they got settled over there. But do you think Tamil people in Sri Lanka had such a good life, or like Indian Tamils? Not at all. That's why we're studying about Tamil people in Sri Lanka. So here you will see that like we saw Sinhala speaking people of two main groups. One is Buddhist and another is Christian. Here Tamil groups are composites of Hindus, Christians and Muslims. So now let's understand a little bit interesting story about Tamil people. That they live in the northern part of the country. Which country? Sri Lanka. Okay. And another important aspect of this is that the majority Sinhala speaking people impose their will on the minority Tamil people. Okay, so I will show you where it is so that it becomes easier for you to understand. You can see, so what is the percentage of Tamil people in Sri Lanka? It is 13%. The rest of whose forefather came from India as plantation workers during colonial period are called Indian Tamil. Okay. Also, you can see the Sri Lankan Tamil are concentrated in the northern and eastern part of the country. Most of the Sinhala speaking people are Buddhist, while most of the Tamil are Hindus or Muslims. So there are about 7% Christians who are both Tamil and Sinhala. So this is the linguistic composition of Sri Lanka. So do you think in this country people live together happily? Of course not. That's why we're studying about Sri Lanka. So here people, with the passage of time, when people, I mean to say the minority group, minority Tamil people, like they were made feel alienated because they were not given any kind of rights. That's why they started, fighting against the fighting justice. Like you can see, speaking people imposed their will on the Tamil people. Nobody wants to be, under any authority. It should be go hand in hand. Clear? So rest of the part of this chapter will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we will study majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Okay class, so tomorrow you can read it and come back. Thank you so very much for watching my video. Take care. Bye bye.